post I wanted to make after last week's post about stress, I had a lot of people reach out and ask, okay, I understand how stress affects my body or how it takes place. Now, what can I do to manage it, right? How to manage it correctly? So, if you remember previously, I think it was Thanksgiving, I had posted a video about self talk, particularly positive self talk, which I will come back to and touch on briefly. But today I wanted to talk about diaphragmatic breathing. And that is it's an intervention that we use in the psychological terms intervention. We use to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is what counteracts your fight or flight, your sympathetic nervous system. So back to diaphragmatic breathing, I wanted to show you all actually how to do it because it's kind of hard to describe without actually seeing it. So the way this starts is you're going to want to sit upright in chair or lay down flat. I like to lay down flat when I do it. But again, like sitting in a chair is normally actually more productive for people who are in an office setting. If you can't just lay down on the floor wherever you are, you can keep your eyes open or closed for this. It doesn't really matter. Again, if you're around people, I understand that you probably don't want to sit there and lay on the floor and close your eyes, or you don't want to be sitting in your office with your eyes closed going through a breathing exercise. People are going to think you're crazy. So I understand that. And again, this is kind of a form, it's a basic form of meditation. So getting into the example of it, again, like I said, I like to lay flat when I'm doing it. So where I place my hands is one hand goes on my chest, the other one goes on my lower abdomen, on my stomach. And you're going to want to focus on rising of the abdomen and then of the stomach, and little to no rise with your chest. So again, watch this, right? We're going. Notice how the hand on my chest does not rise at all. The hand on my abdomen is rising. So you're going to want to slow your breaths down to 4 to 6 seconds on an inhale and 4 to 6 seconds on the exhale. So for example, count on your fingers if you need to. So okay, so there was a 4 count. So to take this even further now, you can combine this with positive self-talk like I was touching on earlier and like I touched on in a previous post. So there are certain things that you can say to time your breathing up to make it to where you're not just sitting there counting 1, 2, 3, 4 for a period of 1 to 20 minutes, however long you choose to do it for. So what I like to say is while I'm inhaling, I'll say, today I am grateful, and time that up. So today I am grateful. And as I'm exhaling, you can say something else like, today is my day, right? So that is giving you a sense of, okay, I'm still in the moment, I'm here. And you focus on those thoughts, and it helps you to keep you concentrated in the moment. And it also helps you to keep your mind and your thoughts from straying elsewhere. So now you've combined 2 different stress techniques together, right? And again, this is going to be hard. This is not something that we as humans, especially nowadays, are used to. Sitting still, sitting quiet, sitting without any kind of stimulation outside of our phone. So start with 1 to 5 minutes a day, and don't be so hard on yourself. And again, if it is very difficult for you, change up what you're saying, right? Change up those words. So instead of saying today I'm grateful, say I can do this, right? So I can do this, right? Or something along those lines to be, I will succeed. Something along those lines that keeps you in the moment and keeps you focused on, hey, look, I'm only doing this for 1 to 5 minutes. And as you progress, you can go on to 5 to 10, 10 to 20. I know some people who even go for 60 minutes and do it. And it's very, very effective. So I hope this helps. Have a great Monday. Let's get it.